Hello. In this video, we'll talk about RTC peer connection and signaling process. This is a very important video to understand what is an RTC peer connection, why we need stan and turn servers, and what are all steps of a signaling process. Let's take an example with two peers, John and Sarah. They want to have a peer-to-peer communication using WebRTC. We need to have first a connection, let's say, from John to Sarah, and another connection from Sarah to John. So we have two connections. Another example with three peers, we should have two connections between John and Sarah, and two other connections between John and the other peer. In total, we need to have four connections. Each connection is represented in WebRTC by an object called RTC peer connection. By definition, an RTC peer connection represents a WebRTC connection between the local computer and the remote peer. To create a RTC peer connection, we use a constructor. We can call this constructor with or without parameters called configuration. Configuration is an object providing options to configure the new connection. And typically we define ICE servers, stan and turn servers, that we'll discover during this video. Now, what kind of data we need to exchange between the two peers to have a peer-to-peer communication using WebRTC? We need first to exchange information about media, like what media type, audio or video, and what codec used by each peer. We need also to exchange information about network, what IP address and port to reach directly each peer. Like any communication between two different systems, we need to define formats that everyone can understand. For media, we have a format called SDP, Session Description Protocol. SDP does not deliver the media data, but it is used only for negotiation between peers. For network, we have ICE candidates. But we will say in one of my videos that an ICE candidate is not just a format, but a mechanism to collect and select the right network candidates for a peer-to-peer communication. Let's take first the session description, SDP. For each connection, we have a property to describe the session of the local peer, local description. John will set his local description and send to Sarah. In the other direction, Sarah will set her local description and send to John. At the end, each connection will have a local description and a remote description that represents the local description received from the other peer. For example, this remote description is the remote description received from John, and this remote description is the local description sent by Sarah. Okay, so WebRTC defined how to perform this negotiation. We do it through offers and answers. John will create an offer that contains his session description and send to Sarah, and Sarah will reply by an answer that contains her local description. Now let's talk about ICE candidates. This is just an introduction. There is another video in this course about ICE candidates with more details. Our two peers need to exchange their ICE candidates with information about IP address and port, and usually we use a public IP address to communicate directly with peers. But in most cases, our devices are behind a NAT network, and in a NAT we have access only to a local IP address. This is why we need to ask stan server. Stan will provide the public IP address and port that can be used by peers to have a peer-to-peer communication. But there are some NAT networks where the direct communication is not allowed even using stan. This is why we need another type of servers called turn server. Turn will be used to relay data between two peers, even they are behind NAT network. Media will flow from John to turn server and from turn server to Sarah. In the other direction, from Sarah to turn and from turn to John. Last part of this video is about signaling process. We have seen what kind of data we need to exchange to have a peer-to-peer communication. We need offers, answers, and ICE candidates. But we didn't define how to exchange those data. We need a signaling server. Even if WebRTC is a peer-to-peer protocol, but we still need a server. For this signaling server, you can pick any standard protocols like SIP or WebSocket. In our project, we chose to use WebSockets with Socket.io library. Once all signaling steps are done, the two peers can have a peer-to-peer communication. In fact, we have a lot of steps before we go peer-to-peer. In John side, we need to get user media like what we have done before, and we should create a RTC peer connection. We should link both by adding track to the peer. So we add tracks that we get using media stream to this RTC peer connection. Then we should create an offer. This offer will contain a local description. When we set a local description, ICE starts collecting ICE candidates. So we have now an offer and ICE candidates that we send using Socket.io to the signaling server and then to Sarah. Sarah will receive the offer and ICE candidates. She will create an answer and collect ICE candidates and send also to the signaling server and from the signaling server to John.